This week on C Plus News Time, Tim and Eric celebrate their show's anniversary with a tour. Tina Fey is going to Washington, D.C.'s version of Broadway, and the Carmichael Show is going to say a culturally bad word on the air. I don't get what the big deal is. People have been saying bad things on TV forever. Just look at the shows that Fox puts out. Woo! I got hot fire at the ready. Watch me burn on this. C Plus News Time. Tss, ooh, icy hot.
It's C Plus News Time, delivering to you the news you didn't know about, the news you didn't care about, and the news you didn't know you cared about. With host, Chad White. Now, here's that host, Chad White.
For me, finding a girlfriend is a lot like looking for a Nintendo Switch. There's at least one in stock, but I'm always too late to snatch it up. Ooh, I see you. Hey, baby, what's up? Why don't you and I just... Oh, what's that? You're already taken? Yep, sounds about right. Welcome back to C Plus News Time. I'm your host, Chad White, and this is the comedy news that you didn't know about for the week of March 20th, 2017. First up, happy birthday, Tim and Eric. Awesome show. Great job, or rather, happy belated. The 10th anniversary for the Peculiar Show slipped by about a month ago. Now, creators Tim Heidecker and Eric Wareheim are going on a big-time North American tour this summer. Tickets went on sale this past Friday. The duo released a video about the 10th anniversary awesome tour where the guys will bring their brand of funniness to cities like Philly, Atlanta, and Austin, a city that I heard loves to keep it weird. The tour begins in July. Next up, Mean Girls is becoming a musical. Broadway aficionados were probably already aware of that, so here's this. Tickets will be expensive, but can also be purchased alongside tickets to Hamilton, a musical no one's ever seen. I mean, us poor folks anyway. The movie's writer, Tina Fey, wrote the script and the play, and her husband, Jeff Richmond, is composing with lyricist Neil Benjamin. Casey Nicholaw of Aladdin fame is directing and choreographing, and Lorne Michaels is producing. Now about those tickets. The package is being offered by Washington's National Theater, which offers packages starting at $210. But if you add Hamilton to the mix, then it's playing next door at the Kennedy Center at the summer of 2018. The package price leaps to $425. Oigavolt. And finally, heads up, there's going to be a few bad words in this story, so if you're a trigger-happy SJW, I'd say turn this off and throw Daddy a like and subscribe. Thanks. The Carmichael Show is going to say nigger on broadcast TV 6 times. It was an easy decision for the show's creator and star Gerard Carmichael, who said the more acceptable public version of the word, the N-word, is childish. It's not the first time, obviously, that it's been uttered on broadcast, but we're in a different world now. Hell, NBC's Saturday Night Live has been getting away with it, and a few other blue curses for the past 2 seasons. And Archie Bunker and All in the Family probably said it every day of his fictional life, especially since he lived next door to those Jeffersons. The episode of The Carmichael Show is going to have a parental advisory statement in front of it when it does air. But does it really need it? All former arguments aside, isn't nigger just another word that pretty much everyone knows? It's part of history. We hear it every day in our music, and I guarantee that a majority of those in the current presidential cabinet mutter it under their breath when they see a bunch of urban youth minding their own damn business. I'm looking at you, Sessions. No, we're not talking about latest pair of Jordans or negatively influencing your white daughters. On purpose. NBC is not without its worries for the episode, though. For one, they were reportedly concerned during the season 2 episode about date rape, in which the word rape was used a whole bunch of times. But really, it comes with the territory. Carmichael, Deadline writer Lisa DesMorais wrote, argued that normal human beings don't use the term sexual assault when talking about the subject in real life. During last week's summer press day for NBC, the Carmichael Show's co-star Loretta Devine said that shows can learn a lot about what upsets an audience. She's right, as audiences tend to drive the outcome of whether a show continues or not. And the Carmichael Show is in the forefront of it all, as they're one of the few traditional sitcoms left on television, and one of the few that talks about matters like these consistently without hiding story elements in them. They've already tackled major issues with episodes dedicated to Black Lives Matter, transgender issues, God, guns, Islamophobia, and way more. The third season premiering this summer is going to tackle hot button issues like sexual assault and assisted suicide. Like I said before, Carmichael isn't the only one pushing uptight buttons. SNL is doing it too. The long-running sketch staple has already been jumping over the line it usually straddles comfortably. And now it's going to air simultaneously across both coasts, which means that those bad words we hear on the East Coast love to hear at 11:30 every Saturday for 20-some-odd weeks throughout the year will be heard on the West Coast at 8:30 for the final 4 episodes of the season. It totally wouldn't be a big deal had Parent Television Council top parent and president Tim Winter kept his mouth shut. The president of the council that ruins fun for youngins said in a statement Tuesday, quote, "We are calling on NBC to be mindful that its one broadcast feed will air outside the safe harbor for FCC broadcast and decency oversight in the Mountain and Pacific time zones." He goes on to say that he understands NBC's reach for more viewers, but also insists that the same audiences will also be full of kiddies who are usually in bed by late night. He's slightly right. There are some raunchy sketches in the show, but I and pretty much every other comedian, writer, performer, actor, musician, and artsy person stayed up, snuck downstairs, and watched something we weren't supposed to at that same age. That's what being a kid is all about, exploring and adventuring to find the things that you like that shape who you are. I disapprove of this Winter guy's thinking, and even go so far to say that it's stupid. Freaking stupid. I bet you didn't like that curse that I just said. Did you, dummy? There I go again! His argument continues to state, and I quote, "Over the years, there has been the occasional instance of a performer going rogue with an F-bomb or something off script. When has anyone in the history of the show said, this is my chance to say fuck on TV? Not ever. Sure, there have been plenty of shitheads the hosts." Oh, Adrian, you stopped it, Rhythm. But none have gone out of their way to be complete assholes. Winter's statement gets increasingly hostile towards the end, where he begs like a dog for NBC to rate the episodes as TV in May so that parents know what their apparent toddlers are getting into. He later adds that NBC is doing this, quote, for publicity and profit. Someone get this prick laid. So, NBC is willing to push envelopes like a USPS intern that hates their job. That's good. In a reality where sexual assailants can lead the free world and buttholes tighten at the thought of transgender people using the restroom of their gender, we need something that makes us truly uncomfortable. We can never let these topics stop being so important until we solve the issues surrounding them. The Carmichael Show and SNL are doing just that. And that's all the news I have for you for this week on C Plus News Time. Why don't you subscribe and check out one of our other videos? Of course, you can always head to the website cpluscomedy.com, where we've got the latest news, reviews, features, interviews, and other good comedy bits that only I can provide you with. Follow us on Twitter at @C+Comedy. Follow me on Twitter at ChadBlackWhite. Like us on Facebook. Tumble with us on Tumblr. And be sure to wash your mouth out with soap if you ever say a real bad word, because bad words are bad and good words are good. And that's good because you never want to be a bad. That's all I got.